If your order fulfillment process feels messy or manual, you're not alone. In this video, I'll show you how to build a simple, scalable packing list workflow in Airtable that streamlines your entire shipping process. We will create a manage orders interface with a create pack list button. We'll create a record review page type interface that's a packing list so you can work through the items quickly, and we'll create a shipping board so that you can visually see very easily what isn't complete yet. Welcome back. I'm Zack from InnerDev Solutions. We help businesses streamline their processes using custom no-code tools so you can focus on what matters most. To learn more, you can visit our website, innerdevsolutions.com, or use the link in the description below. If you don't have an Airtable account already, you can get started for free. There's a link in the description below. I already have my order fulfillment and packing list base built out. It is quite simple. If you're going to be using this in practice, realistically, there is going to be more tables or more fields that are going to be needed and included. For example, the customer name and shipping addresses, those should probably be their own tables. But for the purpose of this video, we're really trying to just show you how to manage your fulfillment and your packing lists within Airtable and the interfaces you can create around it. Overall, the goal of this video is to show you that element and then also give you some ideas and insights into the different concepts and how to manage your data related around this. I'm just going to quickly run through the different tables we have. For example, we have an orders table, which contains the order number, customer name, order date, the status, shipping address, and then it links to a number of the order items. We have the order, and then within the order, you have the different products and the quantities and the unit price that was included for each line item. And you can see I have a number of other fields included here as well. I just show the total quantity ordered of items. We can have notes if needed, can show the total remaining to shipped, and then I've got a percent complete formula that is the shipped number, which is just a roll up from the order items, and we're dividing it by the quantity ordered. And then in formatting, I just have it set up as a percent with the display as progress bar. Now we can go into order items. Again, this links back to the order. Then we can link to a product table as well. And we can show the quantity ordered. We can add in the unit price here too if we want, but it's not going to be required for the actual packing slip creation and the interfaces that we're going to build. We have the packed quantity. This is simply just a roll up from the pack list items. Basically, what it's going to look like is we're going to have orders, which contains the order line items, and that can be any number of line items that exist. And then we're going to have a packing list, which is similar to the orders, and it's going to contain the different packing list items that exist within the packing list. Once we start building out the interface, should make a little more sense, but I'm just going to jump into the pack list now. I have this linked to the pack list items and the order. And then I also have it assigned to a staff member if there's someone specific that needs to look after this, the date packed, and the status as well. And we can add a tracking number if we need. But anyway, the pack list items that link back to the pack list. This is very similar to the order items. In this case, we're actually selecting the number of items that we're shipping. It's possible that they order 100 items, but we're only shipping 50 today. That's how we track this data. Pack list items links to the pack list, and it also links to the order items, which you can see right here. So this is linking to the order item, and this is linking to the pack list. And this is how we can determine back in the order how many of that item have been shipped already. In this case, the Eco Brew, we have 2 that are packed or shipped, whatever you want to call it. And if we go back into the order items, we'll go down to the Eco Brew here, and we can see that there was 3 ordered and 2 have been shipped. And then lastly, we just have the products table. This contains all products that we sell and then our staff. Those are less important for today. Go into interfaces and we can start building our interfaces. First thing I'm going to do on the left side is just click this plus icon. I'm going to use the list layout. I want to show a list of order. And again, focus of this is just going to be on the shipping side of things, not actually building and creating the order. I'll just add the order I'm going to delete this original one that was here by default. So I can delete this, double click into it, change this to orders, and we can see that I have a shipping interface. And then within that, we can have a number of different pages that exist as well. We're going to focus on the orders page. This is going to be used by the person that initiates the initial shipment or the packing list. Maybe it's a manager that looks after this of some sort. Depending on your business, it's going to differ a little bit. But what we've got here is a list of orders. What we want to actually display here, and I'm going to go over to the right, and I'm just going to skip through a few of these. We're just going to be looking at the orders for now. One level's fine. I'm not going to worry about sorting or grouping at this point, but I do want to click this top level so that the entire order section is selected. And I want to go down to the elements, and I'm going to select this the middle one, which is called tabs. And now I can create different filter tabs. The first one, we're just going to create some simple ones. I'll select a tab, change this, and this will just be needs to be shipped. And this can be anything with the status is any of draft, confirmed, or packing. So anything that has not yet been shipped. And then I'm going to create another one, and this one can just be called shipped. And we'll filter that again by status is equal to shipped. And then this one just shows all of the different records that we have. Now we can select this bottom section, which is the table. We can go down to the fields, and we can change the fields that we want to display in the interface. Order number, that's good. We want to keep that. Customer name, order date, status, those are all important. If I scroll down here, the hidden fields, these are ones that are grayed out and we cannot see in the interface yet. So we can scroll down and let's see what's important. Maybe the percent complete could be important, and quantity ordered. I'm not going to worry about that there. I think we should be good to go. Now I can adjust the column width. So I'm going to shrink that down. I'm going to shrink most of these down a little bit to fit the data that exists. Maybe I expand this one out a little bit. And now we have a preview of all of the orders that we have in our system that need to be shipped. In this case, we have 2 that are confirmed and have not even started the shipping process yet. And this is one that's the draft, and it does not yet need to be shipped because we have not confirmed order, but we're not going to worry about that for this video. Now, when I click into it, I want to be able to view more data. We'll select allow, and it's going to create this record detail page for us. And again, we can create and add different fields that already exist within this orders table. And right now I have it set up to have the customer name, order date, status, order notes, shipping address. Good enough for now. And then down here, if I select the outside of this field, I've selected it to show as a view. And then that way I can show the different line items that exist on this order. And then from here, we can see the product, quantity ordered, and the remaining quantity. For each of these, I can select it and be able to see the different data and the different line items that exist on the order. I'm just going to click into this top one. I'm going to go over to the right side. We're going to add a button, and I'm going to click this gear icon, and then I'm going to select the action type, and I want to run an automation. I'm going to require confirmation so that if you accidentally click on it, you do have a chance to back out. And what we're going to do here is just create packing list. And the point of this is going to allow managers or whoever's responsible for initiating the packing list or the shipment saying, all right, now let's prepare this shipment. They can come into this view. They'll be able to see all the data, what's remaining left to ship. Maybe if it's a manager, they're aware of when the different ship dates are, or what products are in stock, and so on. And then from here, when we click that button, we're just going to create that initial packing slip so that then the manager can add in the different items that are meant or needed to be shipped. From here, what we need to do is select the button, the automation. We have not created one yet, so we'll create a new automation. We'll just call this create packing list. It's going to open up a new tab here for us. And from here, it's actually going to be a really simple automation. We could add some conditional logic if we wanted, but we're not going to worry about it for now. We're just going to go down and create a record. We'll go into the pack list. We'll choose a field and we're going to link this to a specific order. And the order we're going to link it to is the order that we created it from. We're just going to go down to this insert value from field and we can turn it on. I go back into our interface, change the color to green. And now if I go into preview mode and click this button, it will create a shipment or a packing slip for us. But I'm not going to do that quite yet because I want to add an additional interface here. I'm going to hover over this shipping interface, click add page, and I want to go down to record review. And this is where we're going to manage our packing lists or packing slips. We'll hit next. I'm just going to enable all of these so they'll show up in the interface, and then I can modify it here in a second. I'll just call this packing list. And now I can modify this page here. I'll select the group. I'm going to add a background color. I'm going to remove this ID as it's showing up twice. This is a packing list that I had already had created in the system. I'm just going to use this to modify the interface, and then we'll actually go create our own packing list from scratch shortly. I've got the order that it links to. I've got the person that I've assigned it to that needs to look after this. And I'm actually going to select this entire section. I want to make it all editable, and then I can make some adjustments from here. The order, I don't actually want to be able to change the order that it links to because that's going to be created automatically for us. The assigned to person, yes, I want to be able to select who it's assigned to, the date packed, all these types of things I do want to be able to adjust. And this pack list items, I'm actually going to create its own view type. It's going to drop down here for us. And now we can change some of these settings. So we can allow and link and unlink records. And if I scroll down a little further, select into this category here, we can edit records in line. And I'm going to turn off the enable record creation. And we can also add and delete records in line here so that we can add and remove different items from the packing list. While we're selected into the table part of the pack list items, we can go into fields. I'm going to hide the pack list item and we're just going to leave the order item that we're actually shipping. We can go down to ordered quantity so we can see that. We can go down to the status is important. The quantity packed is important. And now we can arrange and adjust these. What makes most sense is order item on the far left column. That's correct. If I scroll across here, the ordered quantity, that could probably be on the far right. If I go back into the fields, I can adjust this. I'll move the status up. I'll move the quantity packed up to the second column, status, and then order quantity. And then we can adjust these sizes. Now that I have this interface built, I am going to go back once I hit preview. I'll go back into orders. I will select this order here and I will create a packing list. I'll hit yes, continue. See that it's running, and once it's been complete, it will stop and it will say create packing list again. We'll know that it's been completed. I can go back into my packing list menu, select this order 3 that it's linked to that I just created, and now I can go in and set up the actual packing list. So I can assign this Jamie to it, the date packed, we can put this as today, status, it's currently in the packing status. If there's any notes that we need to add or a tracking number, we can do that. And now down here, we can actually select the different items that are on that order. If I click this drop down, all of these items exist on this order 3. I can click into the yoga mat and maybe the pure air purifier, and we can see that they ordered 2 and ordered 1. We'll fully ship those 2 items. We'll move this into the packed status, and we'll move this to complete. Now, it probably makes sense to build an external integration with a PDF generation software so that you can create the actual packing list to print off for your warehouse or to be able to send with it, whatever your process is there. That is another video, and I actually have some tutorials within my channel already that show you how to create PDFs with these external services. But for this video, I'm just showing you the interface process here. Now, We can see that it's complete. If I go back into my orders, see this order 3, it's been confirmed. We could set up an automation that says once items have started to be shipped, packed, that this status could flip into the packing stage. And we can see that it's 50% complete. If I click into it now, if I scroll down, I can see the yoga mat. There's 0 remaining to ship. Air purifier, there's 0 remaining to ship. And the stainless steel water bottle has not shipped yet. There's a lot of different settings and workflows and interfaces and pages that you can create for this process, depending on how you need it to work and who's responsible for what task. But this should give you a really high level idea of what is possible and how to get the system set up for yourself. Now, there is one other interface that I want to create. It is a Kanban view that shows you active packing lists. Go into shipping again. I'll hit the plus icon, go to the Kanban view, go next, and I want to select the packing lists based off of the status field. I'll hit finish, go back to these packing lists and move them into different stages quickly. So I'll just back it up a little bit. I'll go packing, and this one, I'll say that it's also in the, actually, I'm just going to remove a status entirely. Now we can go back to pack lists and we can configure some of these items. Here we can see that we've got packing slip 3, packing slip 2 in these corresponding statuses. Now, because I'm just trying to show active packing lists that have not yet been shipped and need some sort of action taken on them, I'm going to filter out and hide this complete status. What I can do here is click into the top level. We'll go filter and we'll do status, and we'll make sure that it is not in the complete status. That's the first thing that we need to do. And if I select into this section here, I can hide empty stacks and it will get rid of the complete status for us. We can actually show different labels here so we can add more information, because right now just seeing that this is packing list 2 and packing list 3 doesn't tell us all that much. We can go into the fields, go down to assigned to, so we can see who it's assigned to, maybe the date packed, status, it's already showing that, so we don't have to worry about that. Maybe the tracking number is important. This gives you a little more detail of what's going on. And now I can see as a manager high level where different things are at. If I look at it and see that it's assigned to this person and the date packed is a couple of days ago, but it's still in the uncategorized state. Why is that? I can reach out or find out more information. If I click into it, I can allow a record detail to be opened. And something else that we can do, we can manage the status from this page too. If we go edit records in line, I can now select it and move it over into the packing stage if I want. There's a lot that you can do with Airtable between interfaces and automations and even the external integrations, which I mentioned related to the PDF generation. A lot of this is highly dependent on your specific workflows, who your stakeholders are, who needs to see what information, and who needs to take action on what information. Now, this workflow here would work well for a smaller warehouse where it's only maybe a couple of people that handle the picking and packing. Now, if you have a lot of different people in the warehouse and you got different stages for who picks the items and who packs them and who's responsible for actually shipping them, you would need additional tables to actually handle each stage of those. You could have a pick list table, you could have your packing list table, and then your shipments table. It all is really dependent on your exact business, but this should get you going in the right direction. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tutorials in the future.